Make that big boss less special. It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level. Second level gaming. Second level.
Today, I have taken on a contract defending a small nation with abundant resources and porous borders.
League of War VR Arena can appear to be a bit of a mysterious title at first. It sounds compelling enough, but then you wonder if it's a tie-on series to a different franchise altogether, and if you'll get it. And you'd be right to think that, because in this instance, it is. But mercifully, you don't need to understand the previous entries in the franchise to enjoy and understand this version of the game. So with no prior knowledge of the franchise, but a pretty decent looking trailer to go off of, I took a shot on VR Arena. And now I desperately need someone to remove the tank-riddled spoon from my mouth. League of War VR Arena at first glance looks kind of like Command & Conquer meets an iOS tower defense game. You are stood on one end of a table made to appear as a dramatic battleground, your opponent at the other. You see buildings and hexagons with ghostly spaces around you and try to figure out what they are as they load in one by one, then go. Okay, hold up. As the timer starts ticking, I'm desperately waiting for a select this block with the X button style hint, but no, it just keeps ticking. Realizing I'm on my own with this one, I just kind of stare down my opponent. He sends a solitary little man running toward me. I pick up my solitary man, then put him back down and pick up a tank instead. I put it at the little man and lay it at the table. And off it goes to blow the poor little bastard into smithereens. At this point, my opponent, who was a generated AI from campaign mode, started throwing tanks left, right and center at me. As I desperately look around at what I had in reply, I realized I was already done for. I was addicted. I spent the next several hours buying new vehicles and upgrades, playing multiple characters, and well, suffering a lot, frankly. I was just getting my ass handed to me pretty regularly until by pure fortune I realized I could focus the energy of one particular vehicle to make it spawn faster by simply grasping it with a glove. The smile on my face at that point. I jumped right back into a difficult end boss fight with this newfound knowledge and tore him apart. It was fucking awesome. See, here's the thing about League of War VR Arena. The lack of tutorial in my instance was almost part of the fun. It's a very instinctual and easy to pick up game. There is hidden depth and some smaller nuances to consider in a tough match, but honestly, it's mostly just made me feel like a kid again. Sending off my troopers to take down the enemy before I was taken down myself was such a simple concept to grasp. The trial and error of learning what worked and what didn't gave you an extra level of satisfaction when you had a breakthrough on a particularly tough opponent. There's quite a few characters and fights in the campaign, each with varying degrees of difficulty. You can, however, just set up a battle under your own specifications and fight there. There is also an intriguing couch co-op option of having one player in headset and one without, simply using the DualShock 4. I'm sure me and Keegan will have to give that one a go soon. Is it simplistic? Yeah, a little. There could be more room for strategic maneuvering or different options as far as protecting your base in the field of battle. It feels very attack orientated and basically as though your best defense is always to attack first and hardest. Once an enemy battalion had come too close to my towers, I knew I was done for. It's not that it isn't perfectly fun as that stands, it's just that there's a lot of potential for improvements to the strategic side of the game, to maybe put it closer to actual V-Sport territory. The time I did spend with it I absolutely loved though. It definitely has that one more game draw and I can't see it being a consistent rotation for my VR playtime. If you like your tower defense with an element of light RTS and aren't afraid of being stuck in that headset for days, possibly weeks, give this one a shot. Thanks for watching.
level.